Hello, Lighthouse Fort George community. Merry Christmas season to you. If you don't believe that's upon us again, the Starbucks holiday cups are out, and so it must be. Anyway, that's not really what I want to talk to us about today. I want to give you a missions update as well as talk a little bit about our budget as we come to the year end. At Fort George Lighthouse, we value both global and local mission, and we seek to use the resources that we've got in order to demonstrate those values. And the primary way that we've done that is by supporting people at both the global and local levels who are involved in mission. And so here's a couple of those people that we support. First, we support Paul and Tanya Garicki. They're in Bucharest, Romania, and they've been working with Camp Falconrock, which is an NAB Bible camp, and they've been directors there since 2012. Just to give you a little bit of a background on that camp, it is certainly designed with kids ministry involved, just like Nest Lake Bible Camp is. But because of the developing nature of Romania, it actually has the potential to have a much larger impact. And this is the vision that the Garickis have. And so they've actually put a lot of their energy and their passion and their resources into leadership development of young people, with the dream that many of them are going to go on actually to be leaders in Romania. And when you've got a developing nation, to have a facility like Camp Falconrock with this desire and goal in mind actually is incredibly powerful. A lot of young Christian people are going to be involved in the leadership of this country in the future. And so that's really, really exciting. Now, Paul and Tanya aren't there alone, and so our church actually had the opportunity to partner with a second family that's been working with the camp since 2019. Jason and Erin Bergman are a cool young couple. They've got 4 young kids, and they felt the call to give their lives to full-time mission back in 2018. Imagine that, 4 young kids heading out on long-term mission. And when God opened the door for the opportunity with Camp Falconrock, they got really, really excited because it was really the bringing together of their passions as well as their abilities. And so both Jason and Erin have a long time connections with Bible camps. They were attended them and were on staff at them as young people. And then Jason is a contractor. And so he's got lots of experience both in development and design of buildings. And so these two things are exactly what Camp Falconrock needed, and God was providing for the camp with the Bergman family. But just imagine for a second the faith involved in bringing 4 young kids out of the Canadian public school system in order to move to a developing nation. God's at work in this family, is stretching them and challenging them, but he's doing something really cool to the increase of his glory. And so I just want to say that we are really excited as a church to be partnering with what God's doing with this family in Romania. The third couple that we support are Wayne and Valerie Dirks. They work with Wycliffe Bible translations, and they've been there since 1994. Now, we take the fact that we can read the Bible in English totally for granted. It's not something we even think about. But imagine following Jesus in a world where that wasn't a reality. And this is actually the reality for a large percentage of humanity. And if this was the case for you, you'd have to know somebody who knew how to read and knew something about the Bible, and then trust them that they would actually tell you what's really in the Bible. Can you even imagine that kind of a world? Well, fixing that problem is definitely Wayne and Valerie's passion. And during the 27 years that they've been involved with Wycliffe, they've lived in Nairobi in Kenya, and now they've actually moved back to Calgary. They work at home office, and they've been part of publishing the New Testament in 18 African languages during that time. That's awesome. Wayne works primarily with computers, Valerie's with administration and support, and as a church, we're just really excited to be part of the ministry that they're doing through Wycliffe. Fourth missionary I'll highlight for you today is Jewel Wilson. Many of you will know her. She's currently in Norway with the YWAM leadership team. She sent a couple of update videos in the last couple of months that we've played during our service, and she's just this passionate young lady who loves Jesus and is incredibly gifted in the area of speaking as well as the arts. And she's somebody that we've had the honor and privilege of watching develop in her skills and abilities here at Lighthouse. And I'm just so proud to see her out on mission now. And as a church, we are really proud to be standing behind her and some of the work that God's doing through her. Those are our global missionaries, but we also support some local missionaries. And so one of the big ones is Youth for Christ, and specifically 3 people on their team. So Steve Swan, Nikita McCrae, and Sam Berg. And both Sam and Nikita are participants or are members of our Lighthouse and Fort George community, and we love being able to stand with them in their passion for the youth of our city. If you're not familiar with YFC, they're involved in our high schools. They run breakfast feeding programs as well as some suicide prevention for vulnerable youth. They're also involved in a couple of youth groups across the city. They have done work in prison ministries, and all sorts of stuff kind of along that vein, especially before COVID. They were doing a lot of that kind of stuff. And really their goal is to lead the young people of our city into an encounter with Jesus. And so we love YFC. They also rent space in our church basement. So on top of these missionaries, we also support like Nest Lake Bible Camp and Child Evangelism Fellowship, as well as the NAB Association. And the NAB Association, in turn, supports all sorts of missionaries around the world. So that's it. Our God is a dynamic God. He's at work doing awesome things, and he cares about the development of his kingdom in the world as well as in Prince George. And he extends the opportunity to participate with what he's doing to us. That means we actually get to be part of what God's doing as we partner with him. And so I want to encourage you, as we come towards the end of our year, to consider giving generously to our missions budget. Currently, we have around $16,000 remaining to be paid out to our missionaries this year, $16,000, and we need your support in order to actually be able to do this. And so please give to this end. Please give generously. You can give online at our website, fortgeorgebaptist.ca. Click on the giving link, or you can give by coming into the church. You can give by cash or check, and if you're going to do that, you can, if you give us a call ahead of time so that we can confirm that we're going to be there. That would be awesome. Thank you very much for your generosity, and bless you as we head into our Christmas season. God bless.